Alright, so this is probably my fourth time going back into trading over like 3, 4 years. To be honest, it could be the 15th or 100th time. That doesn't matter to me. I'm always gonna go back. I know what trading brings, and more importantly, I know what trading shows me about myself. That's the key. But it's every time I've gone back, I've said I'm gonna be more disciplined because it's never really been about the lack of knowledge. It's more so about how behavior changes under pressure. So the first few times I came into trading, I was a different trader. I was doing, silly things, increasing my risk, winning a trade and then increasing it, or, losing a trade and then doubling the risk in order to make it back. I was chart watching all the time, watching the charts, my anxiety is going up and down with the sales and the buyers, and my emotions beginning to look like the charts. Um, I was forcing entries. It wouldn't come to the entry point, but I'm like, it's close enough. Bow, jump in, out of fear of missing the trades and stuff. Which a lot of the time it results in ego. If I'm being honest, I went through a bit of an ego phase of, yeah, this has got to win. And truth of the matter is that each time it didn't go the way that I would like, and I'd have to take a pause and a step back from it to reanalyze myself. But I always knew I was coming back, just like this time. So every time it is different. So, this time when I came back, I wasn't doing the increase in the risk. I wasn't overwatching the charts. But this time, what I realized is that I started to revenge trade this time around. So, same system, same market, same knowledge, different behavior, which began to result in the same set of results. So, if I'm being honest, I feel like a lot of it comes from self-inflicted pressures. Like self-inflicted, yeah. I say that because it's things like you might not be financially where you want to be, you know. You might want more stability, just more financial freedom. It's not necessarily about being broke or being in debt. Sometimes you're actually fine, but you just believe you deserve more. And you're an ambitious person. Why not? You are entitled to it. There's people out there getting it. So you see something like trading and you see it as a means towards that. And you see it as an accelerated means towards your financial freedom. The problem is, though, acceleration creates urgency. And in an industry where it's literally probability, because trading is a probability game, you're hoping that based on your strategy and your system that you win more trades than you lose. It's a probability thing because, as you know, you're going to lose. There's no guarantee. You just hope you win more than you lose. So, like I said, it was the pressure turned the probability into urgency, which results in you making mistakes. Mistakes that I made. Like I said, it's not that I didn't know the knowledge. I knew the knowledge. It's not like I didn't have a strategy. It's not like I don't know how to read charts. What was happening is my emotions were beginning to execute things for me. I couldn't separate my emotions from the strategies, and the mood was influencing execution. Plain and simple. And it was through acknowledging that's when I realized things had to change. I had to change something. Can't continue in this way. So, naturally I turned to AI. And it wasn't about shortcuts, because I knew it's not like I could go to ChatGPT, start trading for me. You can't, it's not going to. But I knew that I needed some sort of system or structure in place that I could stick to, that wouldn't allow me to go outside of that, to sort of do my own things, start making up my own rules. So I wanted to build something that had a defined rule set, defined system. I couldn't go outside of that. You can't increase the risk. The risk is fixed. Even small things like a daily stop limit. That's the key thing about revenge trading, not knowing when to stop and let the market breathe. And I'll be honest, when I started to build these systems and structures with AI, straight away I instantly felt calmer. I was no longer rushing into trades. I was analyzing trades after they happened. I'm looking at the market, I'm trying to make adjustments based on what has already happened. And because the risk is capped, you're not watching the charts, you're not anxious with it. You can actually come with a very firm head, analyze what happened, and then make changes based on what the market has shown you. And like I said, you take away the aspect of impulse clicks. You take away the aspect of always trying to manage the outcome. One thing that it definitely taught me is accepting the outcome, accepting losses, and realizing that one loss doesn't define your overall day or define your overall week. It's about taking that step back, taking that breath and saying, let the market reset. It's just one result. So, as I said, I honestly don't think most traders fail because they don't know the market, because they don't have the rules. I think most traders fail because pressure can distort the behavior, as it did with me. And the bottom line is, I needed a structure that was stronger than my mood.